Okay, so I'm trying some new stuff. Uh, Using a blur on the uh, face cam. I'm not sure if I like the settings with it, so I might tweak those later. If somebody has a better idea of how to do it than the plugin you can get for OBS, then let me know because that's all I've got right now. So I waited a little while. I was going to make another episode, but they were doing their signature rapid fire update thing. And I really, you know, it sounded like they broke a couple things, um, as usual. But with this last one, 1.4.0.6, uh, it sounds like they got their shit together. So I guess we'll see. I mean, the problem with these patch notes is they always go like, oh look, we fixed the AI. How? Because literally, I don't think there's a single patch in the last year where they didn't say they fixed the AI. So I have no idea. And I don't know what their definition of fixed is. Um, these are some of the most vague patch notes I've seen. I mean, I've seen one or two other games that do the extremely vague patch note thing. Not that it's the game doing the patch notes, is obviously the developers for the game, but you know what I mean. Um, so, I personally, I like, some really detailed patch notes. I'd rather the patch notes be too detailed than me be sitting there scratching my head wondering what even changed. Um, I guess they're worried they're gonna scare people away from reading the patch notes, but my perspective on that is if you're scared of reading the patch notes, you just do this thing called not read them. So, I don't know. I've also seen people bitching about not having enough money in this game. And maybe if you play the game a lot, you get used to having ass loads of money. But like me personally, I've always played this game never even worrying about the money. So I am grateful for a change. I mean, like, you know, there's we're at almost in 1891, and there's you know we're probably not going to have a war for another, I don't know, um, 2 years minimum. Um, I just I don't see it happening. I mean, you know, and I mean, right now it looks like Spain is going to be the one, but it could really be anybody. When the tensions are that low. So I'm just not worried about it. I'd rather worry about um, getting some good tech going right now. Um, Look at this. We're gonna get, you know, Battleship 2, and then I might actually build a new battleship. I don't know. Um, it depends. Uh, Actually, when are the next guns coming? That's a big one. Well, we're getting the 7-inch casemates. Not a big deal. Um, the most we have are 12-inch, which I mean, 1891. That's more than adequate. But yeah, I don't know. I might even wait until we just get the rangefinders and then slap a rangefinder on there and whatever, and then whatever extra holes I get in the meantime are just great, and then everything gets a rangefinder. Maybe not the destroyers, but everything gets a rangefinder, and that be the strategy. Um, Trying to go for quality here. I think I mentioned this last time. Just not a big fan of doing quantity in a game like this because you really can do quantity, and then you're just left managing hundreds of ships, and it's not fun because the game is lagging the whole time, and the AI doesn't know how to deal with anything. So, um, I don't know. I like the quality approach anyway, so it doesn't that's my equivalent to like playing tall, like you do in other strategy games. So I don't know. And we're left with the eternal question of, do I have enough displacement for this? Left in the docks. I think I do, because I think they're almost empty, except for the couple other orders that I've got going on. But like, yeah, I could take another 2 or 3 of those. Might be fine. I mean, obviously, don't want to slam the whatever, but again, we're getting money, and more importantly, we're getting friends. I wish that I could just play as Sweden. Actually, I really wish I could play as Norway. Norway, I think, would be a fun one to play. Because, you can tangle with the Russians, you can tangle with the British, the Germans, the French, I guess the Spanish, and America. Because, it's Norway. We're, like, right there. Denmark would be the other one. They're just not, I don't know. Denmark, I feel, I mean, they would all be interesting. Finland would probably be the lead. I mean, what Finland? That's Russia. But Denmark, I think, would be the least interesting of these 3. So, but that might just be me, because I can only imagine it would be underpowered if this was historical. Of course, this isn't historical, but I don't know. It'd be a bit like trying to play Bulgaria. So, and Japan is gearing up for that. I realized I physically pulled up the screen. I didn't actually look at what was on the screen. So, yeah, I'll just let that go. I mean, just, get the crew training up, I guess. Is that, why is that light? There we go. Okay, yeah, that's saved. I have to check that, because there was one point in the game, in the game's development cycle, where every time you loaded a save, it didn't recheck that box. So, I mean, at least we have that. We still don't have a scrolling map, but we can keep a ticked box ticked. I don't know. I swear to God, when this game gets a scrolling map, if it doesn't get a scrolling map, I'm going to be pissed. But if it gets a scrolling map, then I will actually start being able to, play the other half of the nations in the... Oh my God, you want another one? I don't know why they didn't just order both of them at the same time. I don't know why I do that. I always feel like it's going to tell me how long. What is our current displacement limit with cruisers? Wait, is that armored? Unarmored? That's unarmored. Okay. So it's probably 3,000. Meh. Do I care about an extra 500 tons? Not really. I'd rather get better destroyers. I really like light cruisers later on, but because you can kind of do the just treat them like an extremely big destroyer thing, which I think is interesting. But otherwise, very early on, I'm not that big of a fan. I just don't think they're very interesting. You kind of build them all the same way. I always have a fondness for armored cruisers, because I don't know, they're like battleships for poor people. And I find that interesting, but that's just me. So, and I don't really, I honestly don't mess with torpedoes that much early on. I kind of just go the biggest, I go longest range on heavy caliber stuff, and then sometimes if it's a medium caliber, not the smallest, but if it's like casemate sized, whatever, I will sometimes just go for rapid firing, just throw as much lead as possible out there. I try not to just do the fire starter ship thing, which was the meta for a while. The meta. I generally don't care to do meta stuff. It's just boring. You're always doing the same thing. It's a good way to win challenges or whatever if you were doing the naval missions, which I'm not doing because every time they do a patch, they reset it. So I will wait until they either figure out a way to not reset the naval challenges every single patch, or Lebanon is independent. Go you guys, I guess. Yeah, okay. Call me when they start ordering battleships. But yeah, no, I typically just, I don't know. I like role playing in these kind of games. I like going like, okay, what realistically is our focus here? And with France, I mean, I'm a colonial power, so that's why I haven't really even tried to consolidate the stuff around here, both because A, these aren't my final ships, and B, you gotta protect the colonies. I mean, why wouldn't you have something out on these islands or whatever if these are important ones? I actually probably should have checked to see if they chucked battleships. Yeah, see, okay, they chucked some battleships over here. Like, I don't really want a battleship. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh my god. I forgot how annoying that interface is. Okay. No, I want the battleship, like, do I have a battleship in the Mediterranean, actually? No, I should have checked this, and I just didn't think to, because for some reason, in my brain, had the Hearts of Iron thing in mind, where, basically all of your starting shit is right in your country, and then you have to assign stuff out to the colonies, but I should have checked that this game doesn't do that. I'm not used to playing the big colonial powers. A lot of the time I'm playing Russia or something because I just like to play the challenge of the two front thing, but I did not feel like doing that on a YouTube video, because you're gonna be literally watching me scroll back and forth a million times an episode. Did not feel like doing that. Yeah, okay, I'll throw a battleship on Sunflorite. Yeah. I'll keep the cruiser and the torpedo boat over there. Just in case the Yanks get any ideas, but otherwise I'm not that concerned. And over here, this is Japan and China, and I guess Spain. And okay, yeah, and England. So, yeah, I want decent forces over here, and I actually think that's pretty good. I would actually put a battleship. Yeah, okay, there is a battleship over here. So, yeah. But then, okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, of course I don't have anything over here because nobody else has anything over here. So, that's another justification for adding the minor nations into the game as more of a full-fledged, force. Because as it is, you can kind of just ignore South America. Aside from the Panama Canal, you're never going to come around here, because I still don't think they fixed the thing where you should not be able to go through the Panama Canal if you're not friends with America, or you haven't taken it over. But I'm pretty sure in the game they still let you go through canals. For some reason, it should not be a thing. It really messes with the balance of power, mostly with the Suez. everything just plays wrong. Which would be a justification for playing America more if it weren't for the fact that, again, I'd have to deal with scrolling back and forth. I mean, that just eliminates 4 whole nations from the game right there. Because you can't play as Russia, because your entire... everything on the east of your country is just unplayable. Japan is unplayable because you can't do a war against America. China is unplayable because, other than Japan, your other target would be... either America or going after the colonies, but that then, the colonies with the France and England and the Dutch and all of them own, but again, you can't target the Dutch because they're an NPC nation. So it just, everything feels lame. It just really feels lame because you should be able to go to war with these guys, and you can't. Hell, I should be able to go to war with Thailand, and I can't. So, I don't know. The Chinese are just boring to play for that reason. Otherwise, I like the idea of playing the Chinese. I find them to be kind of the underrated area for strategy games. And then just, America, I mean, it's playable if you don't want to fight Japan. But I'm playing as America, I want to be able to fight Russia, and then I can't, because I have to scroll over here. I mean, aside from the fact that, you are scrolling over here, it's not just that, it's the fact that I can't collapse this menu. So if I want to access this, I have to scroll in, click these ports, they're that and that, and then I can scroll back out, get to my desired zoom level. It just, why? If this was scrollable, I would just scroll it, put that in the middle of my screen, and then be able to click it. So, I don't know. Slam the tech budget. Yeah, why not? Then pull that back, because I've got plenty of guys. I'm not too worried about training right now. I need to get money to worry about training. The ship tech matters more to me at the moment, because I can always train the crew up later. I can't tech stuff up. I mean, crew training matters a lot. Your ships are so ass if your crews are ass. But if your ships are ass, they're ass no matter what level the crew is. Yeah, cool. Okay. And the United States is trying to piss me off. Why did the United States guy have a German name? Okay. And lighter reciprocating engines. Nice. What was I getting? Hull protection? Oh yeah, just torpedo stuff. Okay, cool. And then the bigger thing there. The advanced naval drills. Okay. And anti-submarine. Okay. Yeah, I can't do submarines right now. Yeah, okay. I still wish you could design submarines. I would abuse it, and I would make the Sarkouf, but I wish you could do submarines. So, it is unfortunate that you cannot. But you cannot. I'm still going to keep that on hull string thing just because I want to rush through and get the better battleships. That's kind of my strategy here. If they don't do a patch that erases the save before I finished this, or if I don't just rage quit the game entirely from, frustration over bugs, then my ultimate goal is to kind of just make the biggest ships possible. Um, so to that end, that is why right now I'm prioritizing the battleship thing. Once I get a good battleship hull, I'm going to switch to prioritizing cruisers, I think. Maybe destroyers, but well, yeah, maybe do the torpedo boat thing, because I have to get through there anyway to get the destroyers. But ultimately, for this playthrough, I'm kind of just doing this the way that I would normally play the game. So it's kind of a generic run. I'm not going for anything in particular, except for just I have a hard-on for battle cruisers. There's just something about having a fuck ton of firepower, and it's a speedy boy. I just love that. You know, never mind the fact they're not heavily armored or anything. That I just accept. I like the glass cannon thing. It's really cool to me. Plus, fast ships in this game just play well. When your ships are slow, it is painful. As far as I know, the game still does that damn thing where the AI runs away, and you have to chase them down. And even though they initiated the battle, it's just stupid. So it's a lot more tolerable if you just build the fastest ships you can. Then you minimize the chances of that being a problem. At the very least, the battles are on your terms. It's both an offensive thing and a defensive thing, because you get to chase them down when they try to run, but you also get to be the one who can run. So, which I will admit is useful, but if I start the battle, if I'm the one who pushed for it, and then the very first thing I do is run away, I'm the asshole. Because if I didn't want to fight, I just shouldn't have started the battle. So that is the standard I hold the AI to. Let me make sure I didn't go over there. No, I did not. I'm well within. Okay. I guess these are some skinny battleships. I didn't really look because I didn't really care. I didn't want to design the starter fleet because I didn't care what the starter fleet was. And I wanted to give the AI a chance to, show off that it has in fact advanced. And yes, I would like to gun cotton, please. But I will, well, see, and I'm not prioritizing research because it makes everything else take so much longer. If you actually, this is kind of an interesting system because if you don't prioritize anything, you research stuff faster. But overall. But of course, if you prioritize, then you get those techs faster, which is why I'm only prioritizing this. There's a bunch of other things I would like, but I can't prioritize everything, so I'm just, that's how I used to play the game, and that's not the way you're supposed to do it. If you rotate through prioritizing stuff, then generally speaking, you end up more behind than if you had just, stayed the course and, were patient. So I would really like a war with the Italians, actually, but I don't know. The Italians don't really have an opinion of me. I wouldn't mind a war with the Germans. It's just I would like to take on Belgium, but I can't do that because you can't declare war on neutrals. Neutrals don't exist until they ask you for ships. I'm thinking of this from a Hearts of Iron perspective. Like, oh boy, I wish I could just, do Napoleon again. You can do everything else ridiculous in this game. You just can't actually dictate land battles. Sometimes I wonder why these turns take so long. I'm looking over here because I'm looking at Discord messages. Yeah, and I'm just really not worried about money that much right now. Again, I'm just saving up. You know, there we go. See, okay, I will make some battleships once I get this. But that's what I want. Because that right there puts me ahead. I'll have some decently modern ships, and then I won't feel ashamed for still using them in 1900. And then whatever the auto-generated stuff was, I'll just, I'll phase that out as I replace it with the new stuff. But I wanted some solid pre-Dreadnoughts. I just figure I'll build one run, keep them updated, and then go for Dreadnoughts as soon as possible. Because after Dreadnoughts, I want a nice battlecruiser. And that's why I like light cruisers, because those bitches get fast. At least in this game. So, what do I get? Okay, 310 destroyers. I keep calling them straight torpedo boats, whatever. Really should be two different things. I'm not a fan of how they have everything classified like this. This is overly gamey, for my taste. I get why they did it. It's not the worst. It's just, it's a little bit gamey. I wish it was more of a fluid system, because I wish that ships could change class over time. You should have unprotected cruisers, protected cruisers, armored cruisers, semi-protected cruisers, light cruisers, heavy cruisers, cruiser, I can't remember if they're cruiser destroyers or destroyer cruisers or whatever, torpedo boats, torpedo boat destroyers. It's a whole spectrum. It's not set categories like that. So, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to take off, see this is what I mean. Like, just with that, that's going to take 25 months for me to get triple expansions. But, like that, 17. Like that, 5. And this is where it's tempting, because it's tempting to go like, oh, well, I'll just rush that and then get them in 5 months. Which I might actually do. I said I wasn't going to do that. I said I was going to wait until I got the thing. There's always something else to research. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to design a decent battleship. And I'm going to see, with the hulls I now have available, damn it, my shipyard is the other limit here. Because I could go heavier than that. I don't know how heavy I can go. Oh, I can go pretty damn heavy. Okay. If it weren't for the fact my shipyard is not big enough. Okay, so let me check that. Let me check that actually. When is my shipyard going to upgrade? Because if it's going to take more than 5 months or if it's going to take 4 months for my ship to upgrade, I might just go ahead and rush better engines, try to get some other stuff, and then that saves me from having to do an early refit. Because it would be annoying to launch the ship and then immediately refit it. So, okay. That's yeah. So I will rush engines. Nothing else. I don't need anything else. Okay. This would be, well, that's for light cruisers anyway. But yeah, okay. All this other stuff would be cool, but the only thing I really need is the engines, because the other stuff is just nice to have. Engines and hulls are essential. They're even more essential than guns. Um, I used to think getting the best gun was absolutely critical, and it's really not. Getting the best gun does give you more damage. Not saying it doesn't, but what's more important is positioning. Positioning is everything. And of course, having a better engine means that you can be more accurate anyway, because the better engines have less vibrations, they cause less problems, they do all of the other stat stuff. So if you play the game enough, you kind of realize having a fast ship and then running it slow is better than having a slow ship and running it at a high speed or whatever. The multipliers, the way they stack up is crazy. Yeah, I think I have space for another thing. I think I have space for fucking everything. Yeah, okay. So, okay, immediately start building the shipyard upgrade. Again, we are rushing for super everything, so why not? Now, that did finish faster than I thought it would, but I'm not... Yeah, I'll wait for triple expansion, because triple expansion is just so damn good. Which is the other reason to not worry about your first round of ships. Even if I hadn't got those better hulls, rushing engines is something that I've done a lot. I like to use the weird engines too. Um, when you're going for quality, you can really prioritize quality in this game in a way that nobody really did in real life. Um, Now, I haven't done a playthrough of this game in several months because of, the patches and everything. But because of that, I don't know how viable it is to do the crazy shit like the gas turbines and everything for battleships and all of that sort of stuff, because I used to do that a lot, doing the crazy engines for just every ship I had. Because even though you pay through the nose for it, you get these really amazing ships. I don't know how viable that is now, because they have severely reworked the budget stuff. But if you look at this, I don't want to take a prestige hit. I mean, I can deal with a little bit of unrest. That's not that bad even. I get free money and more naval budget. Now, see, this would sound like the good one. Like if I was playing Hearts of Iron, I would go for this one. Not that Hearts of Iron has an economy simulation, but if I was playing a mod that did economy stuff or whatever, and I saw that something increased my GDP or the equivalent to it or whatever, I would obviously take that. In this game, GDP does not matter, so I simply won't take that. I will take the naval budget multiplier. Yes, Denmark, I would love to give you more torpedo boats. Shit, Denmark, I'd give you free cruisers if I could. What else we get? Ooh. Oh, cool. I generally don't care about submarines and that stuff. I mean, I don't even know how to use them the best, because if they exist, they just kind of cock block you from being able to play any battles. So I just don't even really bother with them. I mean, I'll build them and then I'll throw them in colonies or whatever. Um, but like, I'm not going to put submarines around here. It doesn't play in a way that is fun. Wow, you're like 50 tons over capacity. How does that even? How can you be that slightly over? So the torpedo boat pulls in, and everybody just goes like, "Oh shit, that's too much." Really, my balance isn't even that bad. I can really up my crew training stuff now, actually. which I probably should do because I am making bukus of money. Alright, torpedo protection. Generally, I just throw a double hull or even a triple hull on everything, and I kind of try to stay away from the torpedo bulges. However, the very last playthrough I did, I had really good luck doing torpedo bulges on battleships. You can, if you stack everything just right and you give it some supreme armor protection, which I don't think is possible anymore because of the changes to armor stuff, but you used to be able to make ships that were damn near indestructible. I mean, you could sit there and in the custom designer, if you got a good era where, you know, the stuff was cheap enough, you could make two battleships that were basically the same cost as each other and make them effectively unable to destroy the other one, even if they expend all of their ammunition hitting each other right next to each other, because you could make the armor so damn thick. And then just stack all of the armor text together. So I think they've changed that so that you can't make the indestructible ships anymore, but you really used to be able to do that, and it was nuts. Yeah, I don't care about like 13-inch guns or whatever. I generally don't stick to the historical gun caliber thing. I know some people like to take it that far. The problem is that this game does not simulate, guns coming in set sizes and then you having to care about what caliber, everything. Like, you could make a ship that has, you could make it so that every ship in your navy uses a different caliber, and the game treats the logistics for that the exact same as if all of your ships had standardized calibers. I wish that there were multipliers for stuff like that, but it just doesn't exist. So how long is that? Yeah, okay. Next month, we're building new battleships, and I'm going to make the most sexy battleships possible. I know that you guys are thinking they better be sexy because we're almost 40 minutes in, and not only did nothing happen in that hour-long first episode, but nothing has happened in this episode. So, now granted, last episode I was basically falling asleep in my chair, but yeah. Ooh, that's going to take me over. That's going to take me over, I think. Unless some of those have started to finish. Oh, actually, okay, that's not that bad. Okay. I thought that was still 70. When the hell did that go up? That went up 5,000 tons capacity in just 1 or 2 months, I think. I wish that you could see where that comes from. That would actually be a nice little thing. If there was a nice little button right here, or put it somewhere else that but a button so that I could see where the shipbuilding capacity is, and I want to see like a log and a history with it. I think that would be cool, because I'd also like to know where ships are being built just for roleplay purposes. I think that would be nice. You might be able to see it. No, because it just tells you what's being built, who it's being built for. But when you but it doesn't tell you a port. It just tells you who owns the port, which, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, these battleships are pretty popular. I don't know. Something else I used to do back when everything was turbo cheap, I used to just, with the flaws, I would build more ships than I actually needed, and then I just delete the ones that had flaws that I thought were too bad. I wouldn't delete all of the ones that had flaws, but just, I mean, like, this one is awful. Because it's got 2 different sets of flaws, and it's overweight. Whereas, Like this one's not too bad. This is just okay, it's a little heavier. The overweight thing doesn't matter that much in this game. In real life, that would be a big deal. It doesn't matter that much here. Um, but that's not a big one because that doesn't affect the guns. It does make the ship easier to damage, but like, so what? I mean, it's a heavy, well, it's an armored cruiser, um, and not only that, but this is an 1890 start. I mean, it's shit. It's an 1887 cruiser. It's shit anyway. It's not protected against fucking anything. So, um, that's kind of a moot point. Oh, what am I getting here? Oh, cool. This matters more later. It does not matter early on, so I kind of just let it do its thing. Um, okay, nothing else crazy there. I'm gonna go back to prioritize. No, no, I want cruisers. I need to keep a well-rounded thing here. I would love to prioritize battleships all day. Can't do that because everything else is gonna fall behind if I do that. So I'm gonna rush out the next couple cruiser techs, and then we will see. So this is going to be a substantial jump up from the last one. I just looked right there. So we had 11,000, not even 11,000 ton battleships here, with 12.3-inch guns. Now we're probably not going bigger on the guns, but we are going bigger on the armor, I think. I'm going to try anyway, because I just want to. So that is a fucking big boy. And probably by the time I get the, well, okay, so we'll do, this will be our first foray into bigger battleships. And let me just check that none of these are any bigger. Okay, so like, and really all I care about right now is stability. Early on, just do everything you can to get accuracy, because otherwise your accuracy is just going to be so abysmal that the ship might as well not even be there. Actually, that's the best stability. Okay. Resistance is good too. Hull form could be better, but we're only losing half a knot, so I'm not that concerned about it. Let me see. Oh no, that's going to be way easier to place. Yeah, that's going to be awful to place turrets. If you did that, that would be like a small gun ship. This I can actually do kind of an ahistorical design, I think, with this that won't be too absurd. Plus, I don't know, I kind of like that. The two, yeah, I like that. Can I go all the way here? Yeah. Okay. Oops. Okay. How far can I go before it just goes crazy? Okay, it's starting to go crazy. Actually, what is it at 18.5 and then 20.5? Ooh, shit, that might be worth it though, because that's going to be faster than basically any other battleship out there. If I can get away with that, which I might be able to. Oh, and of course in this game, fuel is still stupid, so just max out your range and then suffer anyway. Yeah, I'm just going to stay with standard there. So, I'm going to go unbalanced. Once I get, battle crew, well, once I get things going faster than 20 knots on average without me having to, force them to, then I can worry about balanced rudders and all of that stuff, which I do actually like to use. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, the meta is, unbalanced or whatever. I think it's still, the thing. I just don't care. Um, it plays better to have the ships keep their speed up. Yeah, I'll go anti-torpedo protection because the AI still loves to get in close, and they still get lucky with their torpedoes. Okay, I'm just gonna say 10-inch minimum. Um, I'm gonna balance this out. I don't care about deck armor. I mean, it should have it, but I don't care. Conning tower, I always go absolutely nuts. I mean, like, I will just max out the conning tower armor because I hate getting my conning tower hit. I also go a little bit heavy on superstructure armor. Um, I know that a lot of people don't. My logic with it is that it's actually more useful than you'd think. Um, I know that you're gonna get your smokestacks hit anyway. You're gonna get your engines hit anyway. That I know that all that's gonna happen, but it's annoying when a destroyer comes up to you and takes out your smokestacks. Um, it at least means that I can have bursts of the stuff repaired in between it getting taken out by heavier guns, as opposed to it just being damaged right away and then there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, and we're still in the era of you can't place anything. That is fucking useless. What about that one? Nope. Oh, that one. Nope. Okay. That is. Yep. Yep. Nope. That one. Nope. That one. Okay. Give me that. As far. Is that? Is that really as far back as you can go? You could seriously scooch that back like another foot or two. Or 0.35 meters for you metric folk. Okay. Well, what the hell is the difference there? Oh, the base accuracy and the other stuff. Okay. What's the shape do? Oh my god, that's fucking huge. Okay, I really wanted to like this hull, but this is fucking stupid. Okay, whatever. Oh god, right, and the smokestacks are awful. Uh, yeah. Okay. Just, just why the hell is it disappearing? Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull back like just for acceleration factor. Oh my god, that does nothing. Welcome to the 1890s. Yeah, and then those aren't any damn smaller. Sometimes it's actually more economical because sometimes you'll have a smokestack that takes up the space of two smaller stacks, but the two smaller stacks end up with more funnel capacity. So sometimes you can actually get away with, you know, doing some trickery. But here doesn't look like that's going to happen. Okay, can I throw some 12 inchers on here? Can I do... Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Gonna do just a very modern sort of thing. Maybe... Oh, no, no, hell no, that's not gonna happen. Maybe if I do side guns, I can make that happen. But even then, that's put... Well... Oh! Oh, yes! Oh. Oh, I knew that was too good to be true. Okay. Okay, I was gonna say... Well, do I have 8-inch? No. But I have 7-inch. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, okay, I will make that work. Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. Yes, because these ships have a problem with, these early years have a problem. No, I need the torpedo protection. Do I want torpedoes? The answer to that is no, because I'm going to try to keep these away from the enemy. I'm going to try to. I may not succeed, but I'm going to try to. Oh, that actually helps. I always forget that saves you weight. So, okay, let me think about what I want to do with the armor. Because I don't have a lot of room to play with. I don't need deck armor, but I don't have a lot of room to play with. I'm going to risk having low top armor on these. I'm going to armor up the sides, but I'm just going to, you know, because it's unlikely that something will hit the top. But you never know. And with engines this shit, I'm not going to bother with... I mean, I'll do a little bit more than the 1-inch standard or whatever. I'll just, you know... It's fine. The problem is you always end up with this massive citadel on ships like this, because, like, if I could just, you know, squish everything in, but I can't do that because of, you know, this stupid, you know, it's a casemate, it's not a casemate situation. Yeah, and I'll fucking throw some of those on there, whatever. I never know how many, yeah, I never know how many secondaries I actually need to worry about placing. Probably not that many, honestly. Like, what is even the range? Yeah, 1,000 meters. I mean, okay, I'm taking out TBs. But I do want to take out TBs. You know, that's the thing. So... yeah. Is there another place for those? Come on. Yeah. Like right there. What about over here? No. 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 Okay. Okay. So now we've got a 500-ton 4-weight offset, which is phantasmical. Can I offset that with another smokestack? I sure can. Okay, do that. I don't have a lot of room to dance the weight around, but I can do a little bit. Ooh, I can sneak that one back here. When you're this early on, you really don't even need engine efficiency because nobody's going fast anyway. So, oh, pff, look at that. That's perfect. I mean, that looks ridiculous at this point, but why not? Okay, I definitely don't need the 4-inch guns to have top armor. They are absolutely fine like that. 12-inch guns, I'm going to come down on the barbette armor. I want the barbette armor on the 7-inch guns because look at how exposed those damn things are. I'm not saying that these aren't exposed, it's just they're right next to each other. And you know what? That's going to be 15. Saves me just a little bit. I obviously have to save more. You know, I say as I increase the conning tower armor, but maybe. Oh, and that can be 1 inch as well. Not that it makes that much of a difference. Okay. Can I do the sniper? Hell yeah. What's the range on those puppies? That's abysmal. Okay. And that's awful. And how much does that save? Oh, not that much. Max HE. Let's do increased HE. It's still going to be somewhat effective in these early years because these guns, I can, you know, they're going to be better than other shit, but generally, you know, not that great. You know, I said I was going to do the increased range, but that range isn't actually that bad for this. Because after I build the next battleships, these are going to be relegated to mostly Mediterranean duty anyway. So they don't need to travel far, which is why I'm okay with them being like that. That being the case, though, I am going to switch this back over to balanced because I do like the... I mean, yeah, okay, they turn less, but they keep their speed up, and that's important. So... well, it's important for how I want to use these because I want these to come in. That's why I made sure they had all the secondaries and everything, even though that adds more weight. I want these to kind of be able to come in, close the distance, fuck up whatever they're facing, and then get the hell out of there. So now that I've freed up that, I'm going to do an extra bit there. Going to sneak in. No, I can't. I can do like 0.1 and point. Oh, perfect. Okay. We're keeping that right there. Not going to worry about, that these are, because, here's the thing. These are pretty quick reloading for what they are. They're not. But if I make them bigger, they're going to get even slower. I don't want slow. I want these to deal damage quickly. As quickly as they can. So how I foresee these being used is these take out, they take out shittier battleships, but they take out cruisers. These are eliminating the cruisers, which allows my better battleships that I will build after this, after I get the bigger port and everything, those will be the ones taking out other battleships. And then later on, maybe I can refit these so that they stay relevant for longer or whatever, but I will eventually end up replacing these with battlecruisers when I get those. Not saying these are fast, but nothing is fast right now, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm happy with that name. Okay. I like that. Now let me see what I have for doing cruisers. Nothing. Cool. Well, I have to, yeah. Well, I can build a really big cruiser. What can I do with a big cruiser? Oh, come on. Come on, you bitch. Okay. How big of a gun can I put on this? 7-inch. Meh. I don't care. This is a shitty hull. Okay. So we have another ship built. We are at the end of the second episode, and we have still not actually had a battle. So, you guys are getting pissed. I know. I'm just going to go right into the next episode because why the hell not? But that's the end of this episode, and then, just, yeah. For you guys, it'll be a couple more days. But, yeah. See you guys in the next one.